Unfortunately, when I had this video pretty much already done, I accidentally killed the boss because I was playing around with settings, because remember we can change our HP values pretty quickly and kill ourselves, no problem. I didn't have a save state because I just reformatted my computer, so I need to make a save state. So here I'm going to show you how to manually do that. There are save state organizers to do. I've never actually used them because I've just always been old school with this stuff. But yeah. So in your... Oh god, he's going to do this thing. Hold on, let me just get out of there. Okay. In your folder, you can see this PC, C, user, Spicy Wiener. You're not Spicy Wiener, so it probably aren't going to be labeled this, so whatever your username is. App data is a hidden file, so you might have to either type it in up here, where it says, like, you know, app data right here. Or if you just show hidden files, I show hidden files and extensions. Roaming, local, if some games use local, and then Sekiro just use roaming, so we'll just use roaming here. Again, Sekiro here. And then this long ass number, I believe it's got something to do with your Steam ID. Honestly, I don't know. It probably does. I'm going to blur it out anyway, or blur it out in the screen because, I don't know, I don't trust you idiots. So here we are. So this, you can see the auto cloud thing. You should turn off your auto cloud updates or your cloud updates. I believe it can screw with this kind of stuff. It can create some crazy file stuff, whatever. It might build upon each other. I don't really know. I just turn mine off because I just don't like Steam doing anything. But basically these two files right here are what your save is, like you basically, so all your loaded, like your load saves and stuff like that. So if you have a max account, like a platinum account, and you want to save that forever, you can do it right here. There is the possibility always of getting corrupted files. So just get good and figure out how to do like an all achievements run. But yeah, these two files right here contain all your data on all your load files, it doesn't have graphics information. That's stored elsewhere. So like if you're at 1080p, that's more than likely stored in the registry rather than here. But that's not a big deal. But here we'll have all your information, like, so like your current save. The biggest part is like your current save. So as you can see, Sekiro right here is on the edge of the wall right here. And we want to be able to just practice from here, not the last, like, you know, idle and stuff like that, or last load in screen, that kind of thing. So we want to be able to practice this here with the exact number of, you know, different things we have. So we got Ash here. We got this exact situation here for, I don't use those. So we want this exact setup here for when we do a speedrun practice. We have our Akko, we have whatever we want to. Here I opted not to grab the Akko just because I'm a contrarian and an idiot, I guess. So this is what we want to have. We want to have the exact same one, and we'll prove that here. So what we want to do is we need to quit out first. As you're quitting out, you can just Alt-Tab over. And then you have your two files here. So those two files will update. You can see it's 627, 627. What we're going to do is we're going to take these, copy and paste them. So Control-C, Control-V in here. Yes, we want to overwrite them because the other ones are older. So they're overwritten. Good. I like to recopy these just because somehow the clipboard doesn't always work the same. Go back into here and then we're good. So we can actually do this. But I have in my clipboard these two files already. So when we go in, I'll just do it the easy way. I'll just show you, I'll just use like a gotchin, and then you can see that using the gotchin, we'll obviously use it in the game, but when we reload that file or save over the top of our save files, it won't be. All right, so we use both our gotchins, so we have 0 gotchin anymore, and you know what? We didn't need to use that here. So we'll quit back out. And then we'll, again, that stuff is on our save file. If you forgot to, or not our save file, it was on our clipboard. If you forgot to, you can just grab these two files again, copy them, go back into here, paste them again. Replace. You always want to replace because you're pasting over the top of it again. There we go. Then we go into here, hit our continue. Continue again. I might make this a separate video because it's already at 5 minutes already. Okay, there we go. And so you can see we have 2 gotchin already here. There are some caveats to this. It's really important to know. If you're in combat, your position will be saved before you got into combat. So if you're in combat from like the snake, which I don't know if you can, so pretty much like that gunner sees you right there, all the way to Bull or even Genichiro, when you quit out, you're going to end up way back here. The really, really cool part of unrestricted runs, which quitting out is allowed in, you can, again, warp yourself from Genichiro way the fuck up there, all the way over to here. And I think that's such a cool aspect of the speedruns. So whenever you see those guys doing like unrestricted runs and you see them quitting out and just appear somewhere else, it's called an aggro chain, and it's one of the coolest concepts in this game. It's not utilized in glitchless because it's not allowed because of that weird bug. It just doesn't work the same as other games do. So early on they banned it. So yeah. But that's it. So that's how you make your manual saves. I guess this will just be a separate video because it's already at 5 minutes long here. But basically, you need to make sure you're out of combat completely. You have all the information, all the crap that you want to for that part of the speedrun. So usually you kind of like do like a walkthrough of the speedrun. And then basically quit out. And then you go into this file. You create a folder for what it is. I like to label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with like the boss's name for you, so it stays in order of the speedrun. And it doesn't matter how many folders you put in here. So if I put this into Shura, glitchless, right? You can basically take this entire folder that had these 2 files in there and dump it into here. As long as you're grabbing those files and putting them back in here, it's just going to work the same way as it just did before. It doesn't matter where they're actually housed. You can put them on your desktop if you want to be messy. A lot of people like to use good organization. So if you switch different types of runs and stuff like that, you're good to go. We'll load the game back up and you can obviously see. And then I guess I'll just upload this video to YouTube quick. That's really about it. So the gist of it is you go to your roaming. So your user data, app data, roaming, Sekiro, your number that you need to blurt out, which I'm going to blur out for the entire fucking video now. Take these 2 files, put them in a separate folder, and then basically when you quit out again, you paste it over the top of them. And that's really about it. And then you'll have that continue instance of what you had before. All right, so the next video, I'm going to go into more back in the debug menu because I fucked this up, and I was already done with it, but I screwed it up and killed it for the last important part information. The next video is going to have main stats for bosses. So HP, Vitality are same thing. There's stagger points, like how many times you can hit them in stagger, what that actually means. I'm going to have posture, you know what their posture values are, and then posture regen, which is another very important one. And then maybe I might throw an extra tip in there too. We'll see. But yeah, so I'll see you at the next one.